back to the DNF duo.
After a very long break. Hey guys, welcome back to episode 4 of the DNF duo. I'm Sangeeta.
I'm Anjali.
And what a long break we've had since the Japan Grand Prix. We are finally back with a race. And not just a race, we also had a sprint during the Miami Grand Prix with Lando Norris leading 19 laps, securing McLaren's 1-2 win for the sprint race. How impressive was that?
That was very impressive. Like I had said previously, it would be great to see the McLarens fighting up there. And then they're just like, hello, we're back.
Honestly, whatever Anjali says, guys, I'm not even joking. Whatever she says somehow happens. So I'm really nervous about whatever you might say during this podcast. Like,
I shall not say anything. I made a self-promise that I'm not going to say anything.
No, but you can though. You can make predictions.
I can. We'll try. I will try. I cannot promise, but I will try.
Okay. Speaking of the sprint, Kimi Antonelli received a 5-second penalty during the race, dropping him from the 4th place to the 6th.
Yeah, that was. I'm assuming for someone who is now the world championship leader, it is going to be very disheartening for him to have to go through that, because at this point he's trying to maximize and get all points, so he wins the championship this year.
But he did somehow pull a very, very impressive turn. We'll get to that shortly. But there are a few things we do want to highlight during the race coming to Ferrari.
So I need to understand how Leclerc finished P3. So he's up there in the podium, right, for the sprint. Okay, this is just the sprint, guys. So he's up there with the McLarens.
Yeah.
After the sprint race. And then you have Lewis, who's at P7. So what is it that Leclerc has managed to hack and is getting in the top 3, okay? Yet Lewis is there in P7. Lewis. Come on. Like, hello, we saw you on the podium in China. Can you get more of those and give us more wins?
What? I just had to. No, but in all seriousness though, seeing Lewis kind of struggle during the sprint, and Leclerc did have a really good positioning, you know, so it kind of makes us question, like, what is he struggling with in the Ferrari car?
Like, what is he not able to somehow extract from his car that Leclerc has managed to extract from his car? Because it doesn't make sense. That is like a big margin, you know. One is at P3 and one is at P7. If it was P4 or P5, I can somehow get maybe there was something that happened during the race. But this is a big margin. So I feel like the Ferraris need to sort this out. Because at the beginning of the season, they were chasing the Mercedes. And now, I'm just like...
Now we have the McLarens in action.
Maybe I shouldn't have said that we should get the McLarens up there.
No, it's okay. It's okay. I mean, like I said, whatever you're going to see in this episode is going to be really interesting
if it happens
for the Canadian GP, because we'll get into the next segment very shortly. Now, jumping into qualifying of the Miami Grand Prix, can we just talk about how insane Kimi Antonelli's rise has been? I mean, he's killing it out there on the track. It also makes me question, like, if Kimi and George Russell are in the same car, how is it that one is powerful than the other?
Way more powerful than the other. Not just like, it's not a 1-2 kind of a thing, okay? It's more of like 1-5 or 6. So it is a massive margin again.
Yeah.
So I can't even begin to imagine how George Russell must be feeling, because I'm sure he's frustrated, because at the beginning of the season, they were like back to back on each other's necks.
Yeah.
And then now, I mean, this is what, Kimi's 3rd pole?
Yes,
it's insane. It's his third pole. So this is what I'm going to say, which I just know for a fact, so confidently, that this year, I have a very strong feeling Kimi Antonelli is going to win his first championship.
Definitely. I feel it as well. I mean, with the streak he's currently on, I mean, that is definitely something that you cannot doubt. That could happen, unless, you know, this season of Formula One takes a drastic turn and something else happens.
Yeah. But it's looking like he's really going to win it. I have such faith that he's going to win it. And it'll be so crazy, because it'll be a move like how, I mean, if you're a Lewis fan, you know, when he joined in his debut year, he didn't win the championship by 1 point.
No.
I'm not trying to say that Kimi Antonelli is going to be like Lewis, but it will be so iconic for him to win in his second season in Formula One.
Insane.
It will be just like Lewis.
Yeah.
It will be so historic and amazing. And Lewis himself definitely will be so happy and so proud.
Of course,
He'll be
of course.
so happy.
He'll be like a proud dad.
Exactly. But at the same time, I am very sure George Russell is not happy.
No. I mean, he was struggling in the race, which we'll get into
We'll
that
get
as
into
well.
that.
But I mean, you can kind of understand like why he might feel frustrated, because he was kind of in the lead at start.
Yes, he was.
You know, and then out of nowhere, Kimi just comes in and he was like, beep beep, I'm here.
I'm here, bye. And not just at the fact that his own teammate is now way ahead of him.
Yeah.
Mr. Max Verstappen.
Oh Lord, let's get into that, shall
He
we?
literally, the long break that we had, he came back and he was like, I'm gonna remind y'all why I'm the Flying Dutchman.
He looked so much more alive.
He looked so alive.
He was ready. He was going to really secure his spot somehow.
Yes. He was out for blood. He's like, nah, y'all doubted me. Y'all said I'm back in the midfield.
I'm going to retire. You know all the articles that were going
Let me
around.
show you. And then he got like, I think he was P2?
Yeah.
Yeah. From, I think first it was P3 and then that final turn after that, I know all the other drivers went out and then he secured P2 and then that's what made Leclerc be P3. Max Verstappen getting P2. Okay, because I know all the drivers went out lap again, even at the very end of it. And then he was initially P3 and then he climbed up and became P2, which pushed Leclerc to P3.
To P3, yeah.
Again, why is Leclerc able to be P3 and then Lewis is all the way down there?
I feel like Ferrari still has not been able to comprehend Mercedes' speed just yet. So I feel like, yes, Leclerc was having the lead at first, but in terms of both of them dynamically sort of being at the same pace, it's not just there yet.
Yeah, it's really not there yet. And it's quite frustrating because, like, we know the cars are fast. We saw it at the beginning of the season.
Yeah, we did.
They were, like, really challenging the Mercedes. Then come after the break we had, it's like, unfortunately for Lewis, it's Lewis's car that's falling back. So, like I said when we were talking about the sprint earlier, I'm trying to understand what is it that Leclerc has managed to configure or extract from his car that Lewis now is struggling with that. And how, moving forward for the upcoming races, how is he going to extract that same thing so he can be competing with his teammate and the other drivers as well? Because I would love for one of the Ferraris to win something this year. Like, not just be on the podium. I would love to see them win.
A possible P1.
Yeah, of course my bias is a bit to Lewis. But just saying, I would love to see the Ferraris up there with a 1-2 rather than them. It's either or driver on the podium.
Yeah, because like Leclerc was P3 and then Lewis basically finished qualifying at P6. So yes, it would be nice to see like a 1-2 or 2-3 happening.
But back to back, like they are back to back to each other. And like I can't remember which race was it when they were really challenging each other. Was it the last race? Was it Suzuka? Where even after the race, Lewis was like, "Oh, it was really fun." It was either Suzuka or China. I can't remember.
I think it was China.
It was China. Yeah.
China was exciting.
It was very exciting. Yeah, because they were literally chasing after each other, and that was a lot of fun. So that's what we are hoping for.
Yeah, and
in
as
the
Formula One
races.
fans are waiting for something exciting to happening. I mean, once we get into the Miami Grand Prix, if you are based in Southeast Asia and you stayed up for the race, well, my thoughts and prayers are with you. Because Anjali and I, the second we watched the first half of the race, I mean, obviously I was at home, she was watching it here. We left halfway.
Yeah, unfortunately. I'm glad it didn't start at 4 a.m. though. I'm so
no,
okay.
Yeah, sorry, it wasn't 4.
Thank God it wasn't
2.
4. Was it 2?
Yeah, it was 2 a.m.
Can't even remember the time. I checked out.
It was
Honestly,
late.
I checked out because the moment I saw the chaos that unfolded, which both of us will discuss in a bit, I was just like, I'm tapped out.
Yep.
After so long we're getting a race, but I'm tapped out. So, you guys should tune in for the next segment to hear our thoughts on the race.
Before we get into the race segment, I do want to talk about how McLaren was finishing really strong this weekend during qualifying. I mean, like I said, whatever Anjali said in our last episode actually came true. We did see Lando Norris and Oscar Piastri up in 1 and 2.
Yeah, I mean, we saw this. Y'all watched the sprint, right? Y'all saw it. It was a McLaren 1-2. And when I heard that, I'm like, why did I open my mouth? But at the same time, it's going to be very exciting
It
to
was.
see.
It
I mean,
really
yeah,
was.
it is exciting. But you know what is annoying is that now that the McLarens are up there 1-2, the Mercedes are still there, and the Ferraris have just been like, I don't know what I'm doing with my life.
It's okay. I relate to the Ferrari team. I don't know either. I mean, that's just jokes, guys. But yeah, I mean, to see McLaren actually finishing pretty strong during qualifying weekend was an amazing feat, honestly. Yeah. But yes, do we want to see improvement in the Ferrari garage? Yes, we do. And this is when we are going to talk about what took place during the race at the
the Myanmar GP.
So with Lando Norris finishing the sprint race, a lot of people thought that, okay, maybe he could not secure his position, but he did. He did, so that was pretty impressive. So before we get into the race, I forgot to highlight during qualifying, Kimi Antonelli finished at 1:27.798, which was a very impressive finish. There was over I think a 6-second gap between the top 6 drivers for qualifying. So a very strong finishing for the qualifying race, which led us into the main race. However, Miami absolutely delivered. I mean, we had safety cars, we had crashes, Verstappen spinning, and Ferrari heartbreak, and also a very impressive win at the end, but we'll get right into it. I do want to talk about the start of the Miami Grand Prix. How chaotic was that, Anjali?
I'm going to be so real. Okay,
I'm listening.
When I saw that first turn, part of me already knew what the outcome of the race was going to be. So I, at one point, just tapped out, and I would walk in, walk out from the room, and just peep glances just to see what's happening.
Maybe if you turn your back, something good might happen.
Exactly. I thought, okay, I'll turn my back, I'll go into the room, and suddenly somebody that I want will win, you know. But no, of course that didn't happen. But that first start itself, I don't understand how Max spun like that, and not only did he spin, but the fact that he managed to hold on to the car and not hit anyone. Yeah. He didn't hit anyone, no, he just spun and then he dropped significant places. Okay, that was very, that was sad to see lah, because he was at P2, and then I think the next time I saw him was at P16. I was like, oh. So that was dangerous, and at the same time, even he came on the radio and was like, sorry guys, you know. Which is something I didn't expect from Max. I wouldn't have expected a mistake like that on his end. But again,
he did hold out pretty well, though.
Yeah, he did. Yes, and also not crashing into anyone. So that was, I was quite shocked. I thought immediately within that first turn we were going to get a DNF.
Or something worse. But luckily, nothing insane. Too insane happened.
Too insane.
Okay. So basically, Antonelli lost places off at the start, which allowed Charles Leclerc to basically take the lead on third place, which I would say set the pace for the entire race for the Miami Grand Prix.
Yeah, and also it was nice to see, because I was watching the first turn, right? Charles literally saw the gap and he was like, bye guys!
He went for it.
He full-blown went for it, and he didn't touch anyone. No. And when you watch the onboard on his onboard, right, and you see how he just glided through, I was like, wow. Damn!
Very impressive start, especially us Ferrari fans holding on to the edge of our seat, because we're like, okay, maybe this is it, guys.
Maybe. But, well. And then, obviously, after that, we had Isaac Hajar, unfortunately, that hit the wall and crashed. And that was I think he was the first DNF.
Yeah, the first one.
He was the first DNF. We had 4 DNF guys. So he was the first DNF, which was very unfortunate, because I saw how frustrated he was. He was hitting his helmet, hitting his steering and everything. So I felt really bad. It's like a consecutive thing where he is unfortunately in a situation where he's not able to finish the race.
Yeah. I think it's been happening
quite a bit. It's been happening quite a bit. And it's sad because when he was in Visa Cash App, I don't think it was as frequent as it is in Red Bull.
No.
So the second seat curse. It's pretty much looking quite real at this point.
It is. And then we had Liam Lawson and Pierre Gasly making contact, and then Pierre Gasly did a full 360. Thankfully, he was okay.
Yeah, because that was scary. Because, okay, so again guys, because I kind of sort of tapped out during this race, I just remember at one point I walked out and I saw Pierre Gasly's car like that, okay? Half of it was on the wall barrier thing. Yeah. See, I don't even know the word. It was on that barrier, and then his other half was there. So I had not seen the flip. I just thought he hit and it somehow ended up like that. And then when I saw the replay, that it was a full hit and it was a 360 turn. That is so dangerous.
God bless the halo.
God bless the halo. And I can't imagine how scared it must have been for Pierre Gasly to be in the car at that moment. Like, that is extremely scary.
Yeah.
But then we also heard on Lawson's radio that he said he had lost his transmission.
Yeah, he lost his transmission, hence why the contact happened. But glad both drivers were okay. I mean, it was a really sad
and
unfortunate event for Pierre Gasly.
Yeah. Because he was quite up there. He was in the top 10. So I'm assuming he would have wanted to chase the other drivers and score higher points. But then, unfortunately, a DNF happened for him. And
I just feel like for this particular race, the entire circuit, drivers didn't have much luck around corners.
Yeah,
every turn, something drastic would have happened.
Yep, correct. Yeah. Exactly.
Another thing I do want to highlight about the race, which I thoroughly enjoyed, was seeing Lando Norris versus Antonelli. I mean, they were basically chasing each other. And I would say that Lando was trying his real best to hold on to that 2-second gap. And I feel like if he really held it out, he could have possibly won pole. But Kimi did not crack under pressure, which was such an insane thing to see.
Yeah, he really didn't crack. He was like, no way am I letting this McLaren get through. I need to win this race. And he executed that race beautifully. I really thoroughly enjoyed watching how Kimi kept Lando behind him, and it was not even like dirty racing or anything. It was very clean racing. It was very enjoyable to watch, and it's also nice to see that the McLarens are chasing the Mercedes. Because in the beginning of the season we didn't see that, so it was very nice to see as well.
But towards the end of the race, the post-race interview, Lando actually said that McLaren actually lost the opportunity to position themselves to secure a winning spot. So that just goes to show that Antonelli really, really held on to his position. But like I said, he is flying in this particular Mercedes car.
He's really flying. He's really showing how well he's, like, how badly he wants this championship wins. Like, every win is so important, and I think he is in a mindset right now that he knows just how important it is, and even the slightest mistake could cause him his championship at this point. So I love the mentality he goes into every week, because like we said earlier, this is the third race that he has gotten on pole, and he is not cracking under pressure. He's being very calm. I mean, of course, only the driver will know how calmly they were able to handle the situation, but for us as viewers, we are able to see how calm he is under pressure. Didn't let Lando pass him at any point. Held on. So that is a championship. What's the word, guys?
Championship.
Ah, yes, a champion's mentality. Yeah, that's what I was trying to say. I'm so sorry, guys. Okay, brain fart.
I do want to talk about Ferrari's heartbreak during the Miami Grand Prix. I mean, Charles Leclerc actually looked like he had a shot at the podium.
I really thought he would be on the podium,
but because of a slow pit stop, that actually hurt the momentum of his race. And then he was putting up a fight with Piastri. And then towards the end of the race,
the literal final lap?
Why is it when things are going good for Leclerc,
something will happen?
Something is bound to happen towards the end. He took a spin, and of course, that cost him his position.
Yeah. And not just that, actually at one point they thought he was out.
Yeah, I thought he was out.
Yeah, I thought he was out, and then he managed to somehow maneuver his way, and he still crossed the checkered flag, which is great. It's amazing.
Yeah.
However, he got slapped. First he didn't get on the podium, and then he got slapped with the 20-second penalty as well, which was very painful. Already he lost his podium, and then he gets a 20-second penalty. But I feel like this weekend for Ferrari was just unfortunately a disaster.
Yeah, they ended up at 6 and 7.
Yeah, not only was it bad for Leclerc, but Lewis himself also was struggling.
Yeah,
he
terribly.
was really struggling terribly. I enjoyed the moments we got the Max and Lewis battles.
Yes, it felt like 2021 all over again.
Yeah, it felt
the ending.
Yeah, it was like a PTSD moment for a while. I would come out and look, and like just like my back to the screen,
God,
do I really want to watch this? I don't want something to happen.
Yeah,
it was honestly, I really enjoyed it, because I feel like somehow or other they can somehow be clean.
Yes,
like clean racing occasionally.
Yes. Yeah.
So this time it was clean racing.
Yeah.
However, I also feel that like Lewis' struggle for this race, I feel already started the moment the first turn happened, because he had that what do you call that, impact with Colapinto, and he did lose,
their
like,
wings touched.
Yes, exactly, and he did have damage.
Yes.
And he still proceeded the entire race. So given with that damage, he still managed to bring the car to P6. Is a Lewis Hamilton move, obviously. But I think that's where the struggles were for him. Like I said earlier in the video, I said like the moment I saw the first turn, I already could gauge the entire outcome.
What was going to happen?
So that was my theory. The moment I'd seen that, that slight collision between Colapinto and Lewis, right, I knew already that his race is not going to go well. Like to get a podium is going to be really difficult.
But he did finish. He did end up finishing at P7. Was it his best performance? No. Nope. No, it was a tough weekend for him.
Yeah, and initially, he finished P7, and then because Leclerc got slammed with that 20-second penalty, he actually went up to P6.
Oh, right.
He went up to P6, Colapinto was P7, and unfortunately, Leclerc was P8. Which is very upsetting for Leclerc. I felt really bad, because like I remember I woke up the next day and I'm like, a 20-second penalty. Max also got a 5-second penalty, if I'm not mistaken. He also got a 5-second penalty.
You know, being a Ferrari fan, it is painful. So sorrows,
prayers. If you know, you know. But sorrows, prayers.
Oh Lord.
This week, oh God.
I do want to highlight it's such a strong recovery for the McLarens. We had Lando Norris at P2 and Oscar Piastri finishing at P3. I mean, Anjali, I'm scared to hear what your predictions for the Canadian Grand Prix is going to be, because
I did not think that if I had said that I would want the McLarens up there, they would be up there on the podium. I thought they'd be up there in top 6.
Whatever you said actually happened.
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
You know what I mean? Oh, guess something positive for Ferrari.
I'm going to try my best.
But I think their race pace for this season is very, very impressive. It definitely puts them up beside Mercedes to battle it out for the championship. Any other things that you like to highlight about McLaren?
I think their recovery after the long break we have was very impressive, because we had one race where they didn't even start.
No, that was Australia.
I think one of the and then also we had, you know, at one point Piastri didn't even start. He didn't even start because he crashed. So to see that at the beginning of the season, and to see now where they didn't come back and finished like P5, P6, they finished on the podium. You know? So that was very impressive to see, and I think if they keep this up, they are definitely going to be fighting the Mercedes and the Ferraris. I'm still keeping the Ferraris up there, because maybe, just maybe, Miami was not a great track for them, for their car. We never know what's going to happen in the Canadian Grand Prix. So there's still hopes for Ferrari. However, I think we should finally talk about Mr. Kimi Antonelli.
Oh, right.
Mr. Kimi Antonelli.
This man. This young man.
Yeah, I have no words. I actually have no words. 3 times in a row. Consecutively.
Very, very impressive. I think when Toto made the call to have him on the team, it was the right call, Toto.
It was really the right call. I mean, as much as like you are upset that Lewis had to leave, but there were a lot of people saying like, "Oh, Toto, are you sure you made the right choice? He's so young, he's so this." But look at how he's literally outperforming his teammate.
Russell as well. I mean, he's also struggling, but to see Kimi actually keeping up the pace on Mercedes is very, very impressive. I'm pretty sure George is feeling a bit frustrated as well, because you know, he kind of envisioned himself being the race leader for this season. I think in one interview he mentioned, you know. But then Kimi came out of nowhere, out of surprise for many of us. It's just such an amazing feat.
I am so happy to see him win again. It was like 3 times back to back. It's insane. It's actually insane. And I just admire how, like we even discussed earlier, how like even under pressure, he's still able to perform.
He's sharp. Absolutely sharp on the
that is a champion mindset. Like honestly, champion mindset. I, without a doubt, genuinely think that he can. If he keeps up this momentum, he is definitely winning the championship this year. And to have someone so young in their championship,
he could be the second youngest next to Hamilton.
No,
Sorry, Vettel.
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 Yeah, Hamilton.
Right.
Yeah,
Thank you for
Vettel.
the correction.
No, it's okay. But it's. I think it will be something that even if you're not a Mercedes fan, I think you will celebrate when
Definitely.
Kimi Antonelli wins his championship. So
Yeah.
I really hope he keeps up this momentum.
Mm-hmm.
I also hope that the Ferraris somehow come back in the next race at the Canadian Grand Prix.
I am keeping my fingers crossed because, like, maybe Miami, like you said, wasn't the best start for them, but somewhere, somehow, in my delusional mind, I feel like us Ferrari fans would not be continuously emotionally damaged by them. Yeah, so I am keeping my fingers crossed.
Yeah, because they did have a very good race pace.
Yeah.
At the beginning of the season, so I don't think they've somehow lost that pace.
No, not entirely.
Not entirely, and they brought so many upgrades.
Yeah.
So I'm sure. I think right now is just extracting from those upgrades and seeing what works for the both drivers.
Yep.
So I can really hope the Canadian Grand Prix brings something very fun and chaotic again.
Speaking of that, we are, I think, about a week and a half away from the Canadian Grand Prix. By the time you watch this, we are actually posting this post-Miami Grand Prix race. I am curious to know, Anjali, what are your predictions?
Honestly,
do not hold back, okay? We are called Do Not Filter, anyway.
I think Kimi could win again, and if he doesn't win, he could possibly be on the podium.
Okay.
I do feel that there is going to be a big battle between the McLarens.
Ooh.
I have a feeling. And also, I think, I can't really tell with Ferrari at the moment, but I feel like another thing also is that I feel that Max could possibly slither his way through this and cause a bit of chaos there. So I'm not going to give you the top three.
So the Dutchman is going to fly.
Yeah, I think he's going to fly,
Okay.
and I think he is going to redeem himself after this race because, like I said, he qualified P2 and he only finished P5.
Yeah.
So I'm sure he's sitting there like, nah, I can't.
This ain't it.
This ain't it.
Yeah.
Nah, you're forgetting who I am. So I think he's going to come back.
Okay.
But at the same time, I also feel there is a possibility that the Ferraris could also come back. So I feel like it's going to be, like, I can give you the top 6. It's going to be a really tough battle at the Canadian Grand Prix. However, it's going to sound a bit biased, but I think Kimi is going to win.
Okay.
And if he doesn't win, he's possibly going to get P2.
Okay.
However, there is going to be a battle between the McLarens. Max is going to be a part of that, and the two Ferraris are going to fight it out as well.
Between each other.
Could be between each other, or we could get more battles between Lewis and Max again, like we saw at the Miami GP.
Okay, that's a pretty solid, steady prediction.
Let's see. I could be wrong. I hope I'm wrong.
We can only find out in a week and a half from now.
Yeah.
Wow, that was a very impressive prediction.
It's just off the top of my head.
I got goosebumps.
It's literally just off the top of my head. What I felt like it just came out. Okay, guys. So, like, if it's wrong, never mind. But if it's right,
if it's right, we'll make clips of this.
Yeah, we will.
And then my hunch is right. Anjali is actually psychic.
Honestly, guys, I really hope you enjoyed this video.
We actually really hope you enjoyed this 4th episode of the DNF Duo. As we do apologize if we were a bit rusty. Like we said, we took a long break.
Yeah, we had a really long break, and like it is a bit rusty.
Yeah, but we did, however, enjoy getting back into the race. And we are hopeful that the Canadian Grand Prix, those teams that were slacking for Miami, would actually pick the pace up. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. If you made it all the way till the end of the episode, don't forget to like, leave a comment, your predictions of the Canadian Grand Prix, and also don't forget to subscribe. And thank you so much to those of you who dropped us a follow on our Instagram page. We really, really, really appreciate it. Anjali and I are doing this, besides our full-time jobs because we do love the sport.
Exactly.
Everything about it.
Everything.
So if you're here for the first time, you enjoy Formula One and all things about motorsports, you're in the right place. So we shall catch you
in the Canadian Grand Prix.
Mm-hmm.
Bye.